Hey guys, it's me, Ty, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be doing a fun little activity for the next few videos, the next few days. We're going to be uploading a bit more frequently this week, just for fun. What we're going to be doing is, since Gen 9 of Pokemon, which, if you guys did not know, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Like, I love it. It's kind of everywhere back there. You can barely see it, but it's all. Hello, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and I'm really excited for Gen 9. So I decided that I would do a fun idea. The last video I did, from, if you have seen it, I did a tier list of the multiverses characters on this website here I'm using, and I really enjoyed doing that, and I want to try that, but with every Pokemon. So we're gonna have one video every day this week, and where I go through the different generations of Pokemon and give my opinions on those Pokemon. So obviously this is the first episode, so we're gonna go by oldest generation to newest. So we're starting with Gen 1 today. So let's get into this. But before we start, I should probably explain some of the things. First thing I'm gonna say is this is all mainly my opinion on what this is and just how I feel about this. So if you guys don't agree with this, just know that this is all just for fun and just more my side of the things. But I would love to hear what you guys think is your opinion. So since this video is Gen 1, leave comments and stuff down below on what you would do as your tier list for Gen 1, and I'll maybe check it out and while I'm looking through comments. But now let's explain the tiers. So first, this is going to be multiple episode, and this is going to be on the same tier list. So once the next episode where we do Gen 2 comes out, it'll still have every Pokemon that we did today's episode on the tier list. So it's going to be pretty big and wide, but it doesn't mean you still won't be able to understand it. So the tiers here will have at the top, there's favorites. These are going to be the Pokemon that are like my tippy top. Like, I love these Pokemon. They're like my favorite Pokemon. And there's going to be more than one, since everybody has obviously more than one favorite here and there, but there are definitely going to be some big ones up there. Best of the best are ones, in my opinion, are very good Pokemon in like every matter. They're good in the, I don't know, the show, the trading card game, the games, how they look, what they are in my opinion. They're just really good. Great Pokemon they're good. It just, I don't know if they're perfect. Like, they're really good, but not like the best. Pretty good means they're just in the middle. They're not terrible, but they're better than just like a regular, like, medium level thing. Not bad but not good is more of the middle, where like I don't really have a strong a strong negative or really strong positive feelings for them. Like, they're just in the neutral zone. Meh just means like, yeah, I know about that Pokemon, and I don't really care, but I don't really have any problems with them. And why does this exist? You probably can guess what that is. It's, why does this Pokemon exist? Hopefully there isn't any Pokemon in that tier, but it's there just in case. So let's start off with Gen 1. So we're starting here with the first Pokemon in the Pokédex, which is Bulbasaur. Oh, Bulbasaur. This is the original 151 Pokemon, so, Bulbasaur, I think, is, I think Bulbasaur pretty good. I don't really have any, I have nothing bad against Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's a cool Pokemon. It's good. It's fun. It's good Pokemon, and I think it's definitely better than just being in the middle, but I don't really have anything strongly, like, I don't have any, like, compelling, like, oh, I really, really like this Pokemon, feelings, so it's just getting kind of pretty good. Ivysaur is, I'd say Ivysaur is in the same thing. I like Ivysaur's, shiny a lot. I like Ivysaur's shiny and Venusaur's too. I like, I like it a lot more than Bulbasaur since it doesn't look a whole lot different. Like, it's noticeable, but it's not significant. Um, but I do like the yellow bulb it gets on this, like, flower on the back instead of the red, like the pinkish color. Ivysaur is also a situation where it's, like, not bad, but I definitely think it's better than being just okay. Venusaur. I'd say Venusaur's in the same tier. They're all in the same tier. Not bad, but, not, like, okay. Like, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. And if you notice, these two Venusaurs, we will do these. I don't know why they're with it. Probably just because it's the same Pokemon, but we will do those Gigantamax and Megaforms when we do the generation that those were introduced. So we'll do, once we are working on Gen 8's tier list, we'll do the Gigantamax, and then when we're on Gen 7, no, not Gen 7, Gen 6, we'll do this Megaform. Now Charmander, ooh, yeah, Charmander. I think I'm gonna put Charmander in pretty good. A lot of people, this is another one, this is one that's gonna be one of those things where a lot of people might not agree with me. I don't really feel anything strong towards Charmander, but I don't hate Charmander. I really like Charmander's design. Very cute Pokemon. I very, very like its design, its premise, its story. The Pokédex entries are fun. It's got a great line, and it's just a solid Pokemon. It is like the OG Pokemon. It's like everybody's favorite starter. At least a lot of the Gen 1 players' starters. And then Charmeleon's also pretty good. I have nothing against Charmeleon. I think it's a good Pokemon, but I don't think it's, like, up in the tiers, but I also don't think it's bad at all. Charizard is gonna be I'm gonna say, in the best of the best. Who doesn't love Charizard? It is easily the most popular Pokemon in the world at the moment, and it's been that way for a long time. I know there's been lots of other really popular Pokemon, but Charizard always is triumphant, whenever it gets the chance. It's iconic. It's favorited by everybody. It's got a nice, good typing and iconic design. It's such a fun Pokemon, and it's a great shiny. It's good in every way possible. It's lovable. It's just a really, really good Pokemon. Who doesn't like Charizard? That's why I'm putting it in the best of the best, because it's like the top tier kind of thing. Like, it's not great, like, but it's so iconic and popular that it has to earn that rank. And I agree with all those people. Charizard is great. Squirtle is a pretty good Pokemon. A lot of the starters are probably going to be kind of in a pretty good section, I guess. Squirtle's a fun one. I like Squirtle. I think Squirtle's my favorite design of the first kind of stage of the starters for Gen 1. I like turtles. It's my favorite animal, and I just think Squirrel's just a fun one. And then, like, there's cool versions of Squirrel, like the game, or like the one with the glasses, the cool glasses and stuff, like the shades in the show. That was cool. Whatever it was called. And Squirrel's just a fun one. I definitely think Squirtle and it's lying at the lower end of the cut since it didn't get a second it didn't get a second, like, typing. It wasn't dual typed, it was just single typed. It was just pure water. But I don't think it's a bad Pokemon because of that. It's a great Pokemon. I love Squirtle. Good Pokemon. Wartortle, also pretty good. Not bad, but, pretty good. Like, it's not terrible. It's just okay. Pretty good. Blastoise, I'm gonna put in pretty good too. Um, Blastoise is a lot more iconic than Venusaur when it comes to starters. For Gen 1, it's definitely on par with Charizard, but I don't really feel a huge connection with Blastoise compared to Pokemon as iconic as like Charizard, for example. I definitely like Blastoise. It's very close to becoming a great Pokemon, but I don't know, in my opinion, if it is like top tier, like that. But it's not a bad Pokemon. I have nothing against it. Now we're out of the starters, and we are getting into the regular Pokemon. Caterpie, I'm gonna put in not bad, but not good. Good design. It definitely looks like a Pokemon. It acts like a Pokemon. It is a Pokemon, but it's kind of just a worm. Um, it just looks like a caterpillar. I don't see much difference, honestly. It has enough difference, like, Pokemon-ish to resemble a Pokemon, but also have that, animal umph. But at the same time, this is going to be a very similar situation for a lot of Gen 1's Pokemon, whereas a lot of them are just too much like animals to where I don't think they really count as Pokemon at all. Um, but I don't think it's a bad Pokemon at all. I think Caterpie is great design. Metapod is pretty good. I love Metapod. The episode in the original anime where it was just a Metapod fight off where they just did nothing was funny. Metapod's a funny, memeable Pokemon. It's fun. It's another one of those more iconic ones. I like Metapod. It's not as great as some of the other pretty good Pokemon I put here, but it's got enough like memeable and love from the community that I don't think it has a problem. Butterfree's pretty good. I like Butterfree. It's a fun name. Butter, free butter. Who doesn't want some free butter? It's funny. It's cute. It's a good Pokemon. Um, there are definitely a lot better bug types, but I don't think there's much wrong with Butterfree, so that's why I'm okay with it. Okay, Wurmple. Oh man, I'm gonna have to put Wurmple. No, it's not Wurmple. Oh, my brain. Weedle. Well, I'm gonna put Weedle in meh. I love Beedrill. Like, Beedrill is one of my favorite bug type Pokemon, because bug type is like one of my favorite types. It's like my second favorite Pokemon typing, other than water types. Um, but his line is just kind of like Butterfree's, but bee themed. Like, I think Weedle is a lot more worm-like than Caterpie, and it looks a lot less Pokemon-ish than the others. I think the only thing that keeps it Pokemon-ish is its more chibi look and the, like, big nose. But other than that, I don't think it has much Pokemon in it than actual animal. Um, and then we have Kakuna, I'm gonna put, and not bad, not good. It's another situation where I like it because it's kind of like Metapod, and it looks cool and funny, but I don't think it's good enough to where it is just has enough like Metapod did. But it definitely looks a lot scarier, that's for sure, unlike the really dull and meh looking Metapod. And then Beedrill, I'm putting in great Pokemon. I love Beedrill, one of my favorite bug types. It's such a cool design. He is not very good Pokemon. He doesn't learn a lot of good moves, and his typing isn't the greatest. But I love Beedrill so much that I really don't care about it. anyway, I just love him. He's got a great shiny. I love green. It's my favorite color. I love his shiny. His Mega is cool. Beedrill is just a really, really good Pokemon in my eyes. Not maybe in the competitive scene, but in, like, the looks, I like it a lot. Like, a lot. Pidgey is meh. It's just a bird. It's just a bird, man. It's just a bird. And I'm just gonna... Pidgeotto is also just a bird. I'm sorry, it's just a bird. There's nothing really special about it. I don't think it's bad enough to where it doesn't... Why does this exist? But I don't think it's very good either. It's just a bird, man. Just a bird. Nothing really special. Pidgeot, I'm gonna put not bad, but not good. It has a lot more oomph since it's got the cool, like, hair, I guess. But it's still just a bird. It doesn't look much different from Pidgeotto. It's just a bit bigger and more sleek of a design. And more adult looking, which is kind of the purpose of the final evolution. But I still don't think it has enough oomph to where it's, like, special in my eyes. But its Mega isn't bad. I don't think its Mega is bad. It definitely has oomph. Rattata's another meh. It's just another rat. It's just a purple rat. It's like Thanos rat, basically. It's just a little rat. Little Rattata. I don't see much special coming out of that. It's not very good Pokemon either. It's just another one of those first route Pokemon that... a lot of the older first route Pokemon aren't as iconic as the newer ones, I think. I just don't think they have enough oomph that the newer ones have these days. Like, first route Pokemon, like, for example, since Gen 9 is kind of what these videos are supposed to celebrate, Lechonk, funny name, funny looking Pokemon, and it's already a big success. But Rattata, it's just a rat. Raticate is not bad, not good. I like its design a bit better. It looks a lot more like a rat than Rattata does, but I don't think Raticate is that bad. I really like its funny looking teeth and face. It does look a bit silly. And the chunky look to it kind of looks like it ate a huge block of cheese, kind of like a scene from like Tom and Jerry or something. But other than that, I don't have really strong feelings for it. Spearow is another meh. It's the exact same situation with Pidgey, but it looks a lot more bird-like than Pidgey, in my opinion. It's just not that much. Fearo's not good, bad, but not good. Similar situation with Pidgeotto. Not Pidgeotto, Pidgeot. Where it looks a lot like a bird, but it's not terrible, in my opinion. Ekans, literally, why does this exist? I know there's a lot of Ekans fans out there. I have nothing wrong with Arbok, but, it's just Snake spelled backwards is his name, and it's just a snake. Pure poison, just a snake. Pokemon must have been running out of ideas for that one, because it's just a snake. There's no difference. It's just a snake. I'm sorry. Arbok, though, isn't as bad. It's also just like a Cobra, but it looks a lot less different, and a lot more Pokemon-like, and a lot more lore behind it that's interesting, to where I don't think it's bad, but it's also not really good. I think if it had less snake, and its name was a Cobra spelled backwards, which I don't think is that bad, but if it had a lot more originality to it, and it was a lot more creative, I think I would have given it a bit higher, and it wouldn't be restrained by its not so original status. Pikachu is best of the best. It is the mascot, no questions asked. We're moving on. It's the mascot, you can't question Pikachu. It's fun, it's loving, it's a great design, it's cute, it's iconic. Who doesn't like Pikachu? I know there's gonna be some people out there that don't, but he's an iconic Pokemon. We gotta give him some credit for that. Okay, now we have Raichu, his evolution. I'm gonna put Raichu in pretty good. I like Raichu's design a lot. Raichu is a fun one. I really like Raichu's his whole premise. Like, I kind of like how powerful he's shown to be in the anime, like the classic anime, like the original Gen 1 anime where Ash is fighting Lieutenant Surge's Raichu, but it's really powerful. That's a pretty impacting episode for Ash and Pikachu, I bet. It's just a really good Pokemon. He's not as impacting as Pikachu, since he's not as iconic and well known, but he's definitely really fun and loving to where I don't care. I like him anyway. Um, Now let's get into Sandshrew. Sandshrew's not bad but not good. It's it's really cute and it's enough to look like a Pokemon to where I don't care. But it still heavily resembles like an armadillo, and because of that, it doesn't feel enough to where I want to say it's better than bad and like on the good side of things, but I don't think it's really bad either, so I think it's just in the middle. Sandslash is a similar situation. He looks a lot cooler. He's definitely a pretty good Pokemon, but I don't know if he has enough umph and differences to where I really want to say he's kind of unique and Pokemon-like. Nidoran, um, Nidoran female is not bad but not good. I definitely think it looks like a Pokemon. This is one of the situations where it doesn't really remind me much of an animal, so where I think it's actually a Pokemon, but I don't think its design has enough unique likeness to it to where it's like stands out to me. And plus the fact that I know back then they didn't have gender differences, but they have so these are in a similar situation. They definitely have some unique looks to them, but the fact that they're completely different Pokemon is kind of unique. Here similar situation. Midorina too. They definitely are unique. I don't know why they made Midorina stand up, but not Midorino. But I have nothing wrong with them. But Nidoqueen is here, and Nidoking is here. I just think Nidoking has the way better design. That's why I'm putting him higher than Nidoqueen. And the fact that they are are basically the same Pokemon, just, kind of separate, but they can't even breed with each other, that's something that kind of bugs me. Unless a Pokemon can somehow fix that in maybe future games, or if they just leave it be. It's just gonna be interesting to see how that works. Clefairy is a pretty good Pokemon. It's cute, it's fun. Another one where it actually looks like a Pokemon. Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know originally Clefairy was going to be the mascot for Pokemon? Yeah, I wasn't too surprised when I learned that one, but it's fun thought. I definitely like Clefairy. The whole theme of that it likes the moon and it might be an alien secretly is kind of cool. Like it's from the moon. It's kind of cool. Clefable's in a similar situation. It's a lot like a fairy, like a really chunky fairy that went to McDonald's and had a huge adult meal, and then just it it's funny. I like it. I definitely think I like it a lot. Vulpix is meh. It's just a fox. It doesn't even look much different. Other than the fact that it has the unique tails, I don't think it really has much umph to it. Ninetales though is pretty good. I like Ninetales' design. Its shiny is pretty good. It's just a good looking Pokemon. It's definitely more like dog and fox like with its cool nine tails and like it's kind of like Psyduck and Golduck where like it should be psychic type even though it isn't. It's weird, but other than that, Jigglypuff is pretty good. It's another one of those more iconic Pokemon like Pikachu. It reminds me a lot of Kirby, and I love Kirby. And Jigglypuff is just a fun one. It's cute, it's fun, it's Pokemon-like. It's a balloon, it sings and does pranks on people when it puts them to sleep. It's a good Pokemon, I like it. Wigglytuff's in a similar situation. It's cute, it definitely looks a lot more grown up, which is what we want to look. Pokemon's evolutions to look more like. It's just cute, it's fun. I like it. It looks definitely squishy. It kind of looks like a marshmallow, really, but I wouldn't recommend eating it. Zubat, why does this exist? Zubat is is the Pokemon I hate the most. Man, I don't like Zubat. Its name isn't bad. It doesn't look terrible, but it's just a bat. It's not the most appealing looking Pokemon, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like Zubat at all. Golbat though is not bad but not good. I really like its silly design. Zubat's evolution is a lot nicer. Golbat is really silly looking. It's got huge mouth, a gaping mouth. It's a lot funnier and more appealing to the human eye, in my opinion. Okay, and then we have Oddish. Oddish is not bad but not good. It just looks like a blueberry wheat and a weed kind of attached, like a weed you pick out of a yard, but also looks like a blueberry kinda. I don't see much special about it. It definitely looks like a Pokemon, but I don't know if I see much of its being loved as much as more iconic Pokemon. Gloom is pretty good. He's silly, he's funny, he's a little stinky buster. He's just a funny little Pokemon. He's definitely a lot more disgusting when you read his Pokedex entries and kind of how he is, but he's still kind of silly and goofy. I say Vileplume is pretty good. I like its design, its giant flower, and the way it just kind of like has its like creepiness to it, even though it's not supposed to be that creepy. It's kind of cool. It kind of looks like that. Paris, why does this exist? It's just a crab with mushrooms on it, and same with Parasect. I don't know. It's just crabs, but with mushrooms on it. But it's also really, really creepy and disturbing. I don't know why people stay near it, because apparently it's Pokedex entry for Parasect. It's basically just a zombie, because of the fact that its mushroom is controlling its brain. Basically meaning it's controlling a corpse. Really, really disturbing. I don't like that at all. Venonat, I like it a lot. Pretty good. It's silly, it's a little puffball, it's got little funny bug eyes, and it's really cute. It's lovable. And I'm happy that it's gonna be in Scarlet and Violet because it hasn't gotten in a mainstream game in a while now, which is gonna be really exciting. Actually, no, I'm gonna put Venomoth. And not bad, not good. Honestly, I kind of think that it downgraded because it looks a lot like Moth. And it's another situation where it should be a psychic type, but it isn't. A lot of Pokemon didn't make the best decisions when it came to typings and designs back then, but this was their first try, so we can't really judge them. But I don't think Venomoth is a bad Pokemon, but I don't think it has enough compared to Venonat. Diglett is pretty good. Who doesn't love ourselves some Diglett? Diglett is fun. It's a lovable Pokemon. It's silly, has a lot of mystery behind it. It looks like Among Us kinda, which is funny. And it's a funny little mole Pokemon. He doesn't love it. Similar situation with Dugtrio. I don't think its evolution is very original, since it's just three of them combined into one Pokemon. But I do like the thought that there's three of them that come together to evolve, and then they work together in their future lives, which is really, really cool. So I kind of like that. Even though they could have given it some more design changes through its evolution, I don't really care. I think it's pretty fun. Okay, Meowth is pretty good. He's kind of like the opposite of Pikachu. He's like Pikachu's right hand man when it comes to like iconic mascot. Like, you got Pikachu's the mascot of the Pokemon and like good guy side, and then when you got the mascot of the bad guys, you think Meowth, and that's why Meowth is so good. He's not at a level where at Pikachu, since he's definitely not as iconic, but I love Meowth a lot. I'm not a huge cat guy. I'm more of a dog person in my opinion, but I do still really like Meowth. It's very silly. It looks like a cat, but there's enough Pokemon in it, and the fact that it can let Meowth from Team Rocket can talk, which is really, really funny, definitely gets it up there. Persian, though, is not bad, not good. It just looks like a cat with a cat's head with the body of a dog, which kind of disturbs me. I definitely like its evil tone, but I don't think it's as good as Meowth is. Psyduck is pretty good. It's another one that's really lovable Pokemon everybody likes. He's funny, he's silly, he's cute, he's a duck, and he's got a bunch of headaches. It's just really, really silly. Who doesn't like him? Who does not like him? Golduck is also pretty good. Really significant change in his look. It definitely should be a psychic type, but it isn't, but I don't really care, because I still like the Pokemon. I'd definitely say Psyduck is pretty good. Psyduck and its evolution, Golduck, are pretty good. Mankey is pretty good. It's a silly little monkey that's crazy. Who doesn't love it? And Primeape, too. They're good. And Primeape's gonna get evolution from what I've heard. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I think it is. I don't know. But, he might get an evolution. That would be cool. Primeape's fun. Ash's Primeape from the show was always a silly one. Growlithe and Arcanine are pretty good. Who doesn't love their line? We're gonna start speeding through this a little bit more. But, they're fun. They're loving Pokemon. And who doesn't love themselves some good old, good boys, some good doggos. They're just good fire types, they're fun, and they're interesting. The fact that Arcanine was originally supposed to be a legendary Pokemon, hence its name being its description being registered as be legendary Pokemon, is pretty cool. Okay, so, here's, oh man, how did I forget this Pokemon's name? But, there's this one, I think it's the Tadpole one. These ones are in the middle for me. I don't think they're really good, but I don't think they're bad. I just think their designs are kind of meh, in my opinion. I do like this guy's shiny a bit more. Actually, I'm going to put him a bit higher. I do like his shiny. I do like the little whirl they have. That's kind of cool. But I don't know if they have enough uniqueness to them. I do like this guy's shiny a lot more. These ones' shinies kind of suck. Abracadabra, Alakazam. Funny name, good designs, good Pokemon. They're unique. Abra is a pain to shiny hunt, but I don't care. Their shinies are okay in my opinion. I just love the Pokemon online. Good psychic types. Good Pokemon. Oh yeah. Machop is not bad but not good. It just looks kind of like a human with weird like hairline thing, and then it's just really scrawny but powerful. Machoke and Machamp though are jacked humans. I think they look enough like Pokemon, like humans, to where I don't really care. I like their designs. They look cool. They act cool. They just are fun. Little Pokemon. They're just jacked Pokemon. That's awesome. That's funny. Bellsprout is the 69th Pokemon in Pokedex. Nice. So we have to give him some pretty good. He's a fun little flower Pokemon running on little leaves. He's silly. So is this guy. Bellsprout is definitely another fun one. Weeping Victory Bell is also pretty good. So this is Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, and Victory Bell. They're all pretty good line. I kind of like them. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this guy as much as the other two, but I definitely think their line is pretty good. They definitely are very silly. Tentacle's okay. I'm gonna put him not bad, but not good. He's definitely a lot more creepy Pokemon, like design basy, and Tentacruel I'm gonna put pretty good. They're definitely really cool looking Pokemon, but they just kind of look like squids in my opinion. They look like more like jellyfish squid things. It's very weird how to explain it. Geodude is not bad but not good. It's just a rock with arms and a face. It's just a head with arms connect to it. It doesn't look much unique at all. Graveler, similar situation. It's just a boulder with arms with a little face. Golem I'm gonna put in pretty good. It looks a lot more like a Pokemon. I like the name Golem, it's unique. And it just it looks a lot more Pokemon like than the rock face arm hybrids that are Geodude and Graveler. Ponyta's not bad but not good. It's just a horse on fire. I don't see much uniqueness from that at all. I don't see much unique bodies from it. Rapidash, similar situation. It's got a horn and it's bigger. That's the only difference. Yeah, moving on. Okay, Slowpoke, pretty good. Who doesn't love Slowpoke? There's a lot of iconic pink Pokemon this generation. Slowpoke, it's lazy. It's awesome. That's my Pokemon, man. Who doesn't love Slowpoke? Slowbro, another situation. Who doesn't love it? I know it's kind of just like a Slowpoke, but standing up, and it's got a shell biting its tail, like a shelter, which apparently, I don't know how that's a shelter, but apparently it is. But it looks very cool still. It's a fun one. It's a very silly Pokemon. Magnemite's just a magnet. It's just a magnet. Actually, I'm putting this in man. It's just a magnet, man. It's just a magnet. Magneton is just 3 magnets. I'm putting this one a bit nicer because it does look a bit cooler. But it's just a magnet. It's just 3 magnets. Just 3. Just 3 magnets. Just 3. Okay. Farfetch'd is meh. It just looks like a bird with a little stick. Just a bit of lettuce. I don't see much uniqueness from that. The duo's kind of cool. It's a lot more Pokemon-like bird with 2 heads. I kind of like that. But I don't see much, like, I don't know, from it enough to be good. Same with Dodrio. It's just the same thing with a tail and 3 heads instead. Seal is why does this exist? It's cute, but its name is literally just the exact same as the the animal it's based off of, just with 1 letter difference. Seal. It sounds the exact same. It looks the exact same. Why? Dugong's a bit better. It's really meh in my opinion. It's still very cute, and it's a lot more original, but it still begs the question of why Pokemon. Why? Grimer is meh. It's a blob of literal crap. It's kind of disgusting. Same with Muck. I like Muck a bit more. It's a lot more like creepy, which what you would expect from something like this, which I like a lot more. But I don't know if it's still got enough umph to keep it going. Shelter just looks like a shell with eyes and a cute little tongue. I don't think it's bad, but it definitely could be so much better. Cloyster's a lot cooler looking, but I don't know if he's not. So he's definitely in the middle. Ghastly's just a gas ball. He looks cool. He acts cool. He's silly, but he's just in the middle. Haunter is pretty good, and so I say Pokemon. Gengar is a great Pokemon. Hunter looks pretty cool. I like him. He's unique. He's fun. And Gengar, though, he's another situation with Charizard and Pikachu. He's one of the more really iconic and popular Pokemon. He's got the iconic design. He's creepy. He's cool. He's a great Pokemon. I like him. And then moving on, we have Onyx is meh. It's just a rock snake. It looks cool, but its stats suck. It should be way better for a single evolution Pokemon. And back in Gen 1 at least. Now it has an evolution, but Drowsy looks really, it looks like an anteater human hybrid. It disturbs me. I don't like it. And Hypno, meh. It's unique in its story, definitely keeps it up, but it's very creepy though. Very, very creepy. And very disturbing looking. The fact that it does some pretty dark stuff is not okay. Krabby's just a crab. Just a crab. It's a lot nicer than Paris, but I definitely think it's not as good. Its evolution though, is a lot better, but it still doesn't hold up. I do like the fact that its arm kind of held it down at time, but yeah. Voltorb is just, I like the fact that it's based off of a Pokeball, but I don't like the fact that it's just a ball. Electrode's a lot better, but it definitely could be better. Execute just eggs with faces. Exeggutor though is a lot better. I'm putting him pretty good. It's funny. It's a silly Pokemon. Its typing is okay. It's just a decent Pokemon. Cubo's not bad but not good. Cubone could be better. It's very cute. It's a fun Pokemon, but in my opinion, I think that it just could have been a lot more, unique, but I'm not gonna complain. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's bad, but I also don't think it's good. Marowak is a similar situation. It just looks a lot more grown up, which is kind of the whole theme. But I have nothing wrong with it, really. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan are pretty good Pokemon. Their designs are pretty good. The fact that there's arms and legs for fighting is pretty cool. I like the uniqueness of that. I just think they're good Pokemon. I have nothing wrong with them. And then moving on, Lickitung is, why does this exist? If it's a Pokemon themed about licking, that is disgusting. And then coughing is meh. It's just a gas thing. Weezing's a bit nicer in my opinion. It does look a lot nicer than the others, but it definitely could be a lot better. Definitely its Galarian form improves on it a lot. Rhydon is just it literally just looks like a rhino. It's just a lot more armored, but still not much difference in my eyes. Rhydon's a lot better, but still just that stands up. Chansey is a pretty good Pokemon. Chansey is one of my favorites, but I don't know if it's enough to where it's gonna go in my favorites thing or a bit higher, because I love it's shiny, and it's a great Pokemon, but I don't know if I want to go that high up for it. Um, and then after that, we have Tangela. Tangela is pretty, not bad, but not good. It's kind of just like a weird shadow thing, and entangled with little blue vines. It kind of looks like if Kirby was covered in vines. That's what it reminds me of. Kangaskhan's not bad, but not good. Actually, no, I'm pretty good. Its design looks unique. It's the fact that it protects its child is very cute and very sweet. A very wholesome Pokemon, and it's a very cool one. And it had an OP ability with its Mega, which is probably why Megas don't exist anymore, or at least aren't in modern games. Horsey's just a seahorse. Cedar's a bit nicer, but not much of an improvement. It's just it's just a Horsey, but spikier, basically. A lot more, like, to it. Goldeen is just a goldfish thing. Seeking is literally a downgrade, in my opinion. If not, it just does not even look much better at all. Staryu is just a starfish. It does look a lot cooler, in my opinion. I like the lore and stuff. But I definitely think Starmie looks a lot cooler. And then, after that, we have Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is creepy, but I think he's pretty good. Good typing, fairy, psychic. It's not a bad typing combo. He's an iconic one. He's kind of creepy, but he's still lovable. He got some lovableness in him. Scyther is pretty good. He looks cool. His typing is mad, but he's still a cool looking Pokemon. Scyther is great. Who doesn't love Scyther? Okay, Jinx is... Why does this exist? It's just a human. It's just a human. It's just a human. It looks just like a person. I don't get it. Why is he an ice type? Pokemon, I need answers, man. I need answers. Okay, Electabuzz is not bad, but not good. Same as Magmar. They don't look bad, but they could definitely be better. Pinsir's similar situation. It just looks like a bug. Like a beetle, but humanoid, kinda. I don't know why. Tauros, meh. It doesn't look bad, and back in Gen 1 games, it was not terrible. It was actually pretty good. But it's just a bull with 3 tails, man. Magikarp is a great Pokemon. It sucks. It's probably one of the worst not Pokemon, like, ever. It only learns like 3 moves. But it's so iconic, so funny, so silly, so lovable, that it's great. Who doesn't love Magikarp, man? Okay, moving on, we have Gyarados, another great Pokemon. Very, very iconic, very popular. It's Gyarados and Magikarp have great shinies. They're just good Pokemon. Who doesn't love them, man? Very iconic. Lapras, pretty good Pokemon. Another really popular one. Very sad origins, but very cute Pokemon anyways. Very unique how they utilize it in the story. It's a fun one. Ditto, another pretty good one. It's definitely a lot more on the iconic side of Pokemon, since it is very unique on what it can do compared to every other Pokemon. But it's still a very lovable Pokemon, and it's great for like breeding purposes and other stuff, so I have nothing wrong with it. Eevee is a great Pokemon. Iconic. It's kind of like Pikachu's like partner in crime, like its best friend. Like, if you want a mascot replacement, you're gonna go to Eevee. That's basically what Pokemon's been treating it as, kinda. Um, and I'm okay with that. It's a cute Pokemon. It looks a lot like an animal, but it's so cute and fun that I don't care. Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon are all and be pretty good. They're the original three of the evolutions. Good typings, like they're okay. They look good. They're just pretty good Pokemon. I would say definitely the worst of the bunch would be Flareon, but I think they all are equally just as good. Porygon is pretty good. It's very unique. A digital Pokemon that's not actually like a Pokemon is really really cool. Like a man-made Pokemon. That's pretty good thought. That's pretty unique thought, and that's why I really like it. Um, Omanyte is not bad but not good, and Omastar is same situation. They don't look great, but I don't think they look bad, so I'm just gonna keep it there. I definitely see similar situation with Kabuto, but Kabutops is a lot better. Pretty good, definitely. He looks a lot better in design compared to his evolution, which is obviously we want the evolution to look better, which I like that. He looks cool, they act cool, and I'm okay with that. Pretty good Pokemon is Aerodactyl. I know it's just a pterodactyl, but it still looks really cool, and it's fun Pokemon, so I have nothing wrong with it. The fossil ones are always fun. Snorlax is a great Pokemon. It's another iconic Pokemon that everybody loves. It's fun, it's fat, it's silly, it's really funny Pokemon, and it's just good. It's just a fun one. Now we're on the legendaries. Ooh, Articuno is pretty good. I'll just put them all real quick. Zapdos and Articuno are pretty good. Moltres is also pretty good. I'd say Moltres is the worst of the bunch. Kind of similar to the evolutions. I definitely think Zapdos looks the coolest. And that's just my opinion. They're all not bad. They all are great Pokemon. It's surprisingly Zapdos has the worst shiny, but they still are all good Pokemon. I love them. Who doesn't love the original legendary birds? They're great. And then we get to the pseudo legendary. The first, Dratini is not bad but not good. Same with Dragonair. It just looks like a snake, similar to Ekans, but it looks a lot cuter and cooler and unique and Pokemon-like, to where I'm giving it a bit of a pat on the back, like, good job, you were different enough to where you're unique. Dragonite is a pretty good Pokemon. Where did that go? Okay. He's a pretty good Pokemon. He's a really fun, good Pokemon that everybody loves. He's the original pseudo legendary. He's cute, he's fun, he's pretty powerful, and he's just okay. And then we are on the last two. Mewtwo, great Pokemon. He is the original legendary, like the legendary. Everybody wanted him. Everybody loves him. He is cool. He's got story. He's so awesome. He's got a great shiny. Who doesn't love Mewtwo, man? He's great. And Mew, similar situation. It was iconic. Good backstory. Good shiny. Good he was popular. He still is popular. He, she, whatever. It's genderless, so I probably should say it. But Mew and Mewtwo is great. And that wraps up Gen 1. Then next episode we'll start up on Gen 2. And we will do Gen 2 on that episode. So it'll show this when we get to Gen 2, so this will stay all the same. But, this is the list so far, so, definitely leave comments down below on what you would do on this list instead, any changes you would make, or what your opinions are. I would love to hear them in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like down below and subscribe. And goodbye.